Hello everyone and welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium, where this evening the North Quincy Raiders kick off the 2022 football season against the Somerville Highlanders. My name is Jonathan Clare and thanks for tuning in to this edition of QATV Sports. Last year North Quincy finished with a record of 5-5, getting that 500 victory with a victory over the Presidents on Thanksgiving morning. Started off the season 2-0, and then they started to get into some of the meat of the schedules. Did fairly well the rest of the way, but again, finishing at 5-5, had a little bit of stumbling in the Patriot League. But we'll see what they can do here to kick off against Somerville. Last year, they defeated Somerville 48-6, so I'm sure they'll like to see a duplicate of that here tonight. Being joined up in the booth here by Martin Dunham. And Martin, what should we expect here from North Quincy this year as they get ready to kick off this season?
North Quincy, a lot of questions. I know last year the big thing was the huge senior class, and not only was it a big senior class in numbers, it was a big senior class in terms of varsity experience. This year there's a lot of question marks just based on that inexperience. The senior class, the senior group is, I think, under 10 players, but it's bolstered by the largest junior class that's probably come through in probably 20 years at North. There's around 25 kids in that junior class, and a lot of those kids are pretty hungry to make a statement and make their own name for themselves.
All right, you saw down there the coin toss. North Quincy is going to get the opening kickoff. Excuse me, get the opening kickoff, and we're going to pause now for our national anthem. National anthem performed by the Quincy North Quincy combined choral group from a couple of years ago. Always a nice start to the game here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. This is the second football game of the season here at the stadium. Last night, the Quincy Presidents kicked off the season with a 21-0 victory over Archbishop Williams. So a nice victory there for the Presidents to get things going. And again, like I mentioned, the Raiders would like to get things going and start the season off 1-0 here this evening. 6 o'clock kickoff here at the stadium. So sun is still out. And we'll see if the sun has any effect on the teams. There are some shadows and some the bright rays coming down. So we'll see if that does have an effect. When teams were warming up, there were some issues when the teams were trying to warm up and catch the ball as they were looking into the sun. So we'll see if that happens for the first quarter or so here.
Just like last night as well, the winds may not factor. The flag on the pole not even moving, so that should be good kicking-wise and for the pass game as well.
All right, Devin Tran and Nate Caldwell back deep for the Raiders to receive the kick. And kick is going to go out of bounds.
The kick sails out of bounds. That's a penalty.
Nate Caldwell, one of the players to watch out for this year for North Quincy. Starting his third year. He's a wide receiver. You'll see him line up at free safety as well. Anytime he gets the ball in his hands, it's dangerous, and he can have he has the ability to score a touchdown from anywhere. So he'll be one of the players to watch out for offensively, and then defensively as well. Led the team in interceptions and tackles last year.
Hey, we got procedure on the kicking team. 35-yard line, first down.
All right, so ball we spotted at the 35, as you heard right there, and that's where North Quincy will begin the game.
Quarterback is number 17, Mikey Galligan.
Mikey Galligan, sophomore quarterback for the Raiders, will lead the team out of the huddle. Starts under center. Pitch over to the left side. Sidney Green with a carry for the Raiders. And Green fighting his way forward. Looks like he's going to get up to just shy of the 40, and they do spot it at the 39.
Sidney Green's going to be one of those players from the junior class to watch out for this year. He'll be assuming the tailback duties this year. Very good out in the slot as well, similar to Hunter McIsaac from last year. Very talented both in the backfield and out in space in the slot. So North's going to line up in the same look again, I formation.
Galligan looking to pass, and it is complete over to the left side. No, nice juke there. Looks like it was Murphy on the reception.
That was actually number 7.
Nate Sampson, excuse me. So
nice throw there from Mike Galligan. We saw it last night with Quincy High. They ran the hitch play to J.C. Ham a couple times. Anytime you get man coverage or you get off coverage, it's a great look, and Mikey does a good job there, timing it up pretty well. Hit Sampson coming right out of the break and was able to make something happen after the catch.
Yeah, Sampson, as you said, right at the first down marker, he caught the ball. Juke to his left, the defender bit, and he went up the middle of the field, crosses midfield to the Highlander 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. And flag thrown on the play. North Quincy is saying it is offsides, and it is.
Offsides.
5-yard penalty. Still going to be first down. And thank you, Phil.
Seen the past couple years, North Quincy quarterbacks doing a good job with their cadence. They're able to kind of mix it up, especially drawing teams off sides or being able to go on quick counts. They've had a lot of success with that over the past few years.
It is now 1st and 5 for the Raiders.
All right, first and 5, now, for North Quincy with the penalty. Galligan looking down the left side of the field, and it was a little underthrown. Was looking again for Nate Sampson, and Highlander defender came up there. Nice job to make sure it got knocked down and away as well for an incomplete pass.
There's a shot play there from North Quincy, just trying to attack deep. Looked like, again, Somerville was playing in man coverage. He had a free safety down the middle, so just trying to hit that spot where the free safety can't hit it, but the wide receiver could still beat his corner down the sideline.
Pass was defended by number 13, Lucas Brito. Second down now for North Quincy. Handoff right up the middle for North Quincy. Getting the carry there was Jordan Mahoney, number 10.
Number 10, Cam Sampson on
Jordan's a big physical kid. He's one of the strongest skill players in the program. He works hard in the offseason. Really fast as well when he can get out in space. Right there, they just tried a quick trap hit up the middle. Somerville did a pretty good job congesting that. With North Quincy's success in the running game the past few years, they've been seeing a lot of loaded boxes and a lot of man coverage. So we'll be looking to see North Quincy maybe tries to go to the outside and try the passing game as well.
All right, no gain on that last play, so brings up a 3rd down and 5 now for North. Galligan again looking. Nothing downfield. Is going to run it out now. And a man comes open, and it's complete up to the 25-yard line. And get the number there, and it was number 6, Grant Murphy. Nice job there by Murphy to come back to the play and make the first down.
Nice job by Murphy to just find some open space to sit down. Mikey's a pretty quick kid. As you saw there, as he rolled out of the pocket, able to buy some time. He's pretty shifty, too. He can make people miss, so that's something to definitely look out for.
Clock ticking down here on the opening drive of the game, coming up on the 9-minute mark. Galligan again looking over to the left, and it's complete. Sidney Green cuts some space, crosses the 5, and goes in for the touchdown. North Quincy, great run there by Sidney Green for the 6 points.
There's a great job there by Mikey Galligan in the pocket. A nice catch by Sidney Green. We talked about some of that off coverage, and North Quincy was able to identify where the soft spot was, and they hit Sidney Green on a quick out in the flat immediately. Mikey Galligan puts it out right in front of him with time and space, and Sidney Green does the rest.
30-yard pass play from Mikey Galligan.
So 25-yard touchdown pass there for North Quincy, and they strike first and get on the board.
Just like last night with Quincy High, it's great to see these teams opening drive of the season not only take the football, but be able to drive it down pretty well and come out with 6 points.
All right, Nate Caldwell will get ready to kick it away, kick the extra point, excuse me. Will Connolly will hold. Kick is up, and it is good.
And the kick is good.
So with 8:52 left to go here in the first quarter, North Quincy starts the season off the right way, and they take the lead 7-0.
Nate Caldwell is a name you'll hear a lot this year from North Quincy. During the COVID year, he was one of those interesting athletes because of the extra season. He was a 4-sport varsity athlete, and he started in all 4. So that just goes to show you how skilled he is. He played soccer and that's his 4th sport right there. So you'll be seeing a lot of booming kicks out of him this year.
Nate was also one of the key players on the North Quincy boys volleyball team last year that went to the state finals. So coming off a successful season for there as well.
Yeah, it's great to see a lot of these North Quincy kids. They play multiple sports. Looking at one of the other captains too, Dylan Clifford, he's a 3-sport athlete as well. He plays basketball and volleyball. And then a lot of these skill guys especially, they all play baseball as well. So they're always doing something throughout the year, and even during the summer they're active between the off-season program and then doing summer sports, whether it be baseball or basketball or any of that stuff.
All right, Caldwell will get ready to kick it deep for North.
Number 5, Nate Caldwell will kick off. Deep to receive.
Nice kick there by Caldwell.
Austin Pereira.
Fielded by Lucas Brito, and Brito's going to go nowhere. Coming down there quickly for North Quincy, Ariel White.
Great tackle there by Ariel White. Another member of that strong junior class. He came through unblocked. He did a great job in space. It was a one-on-one tackle, and that's one of the hardest skills to execute when you got a pretty quick guy back there. Ariel does a great job. He wraps up, gets low, gets the legs, takes the ball carrier down.
And they'll place it on the 14
And that's going to put Somerville in the deep territory here. It's going to be on the 14, so North Quincy with an opportunity to really make something happen defensively and get some field position back.
Lucas Brito, when he caught the ball, you could see him slip, and he actually lost his shoe. So that didn't help him on his efforts there as well. But still credit there to White to go down there and make a nice play on the tackle.
The stack alignment here is an interesting formation for Somerville.
All right, taking a snap for Somerville. Looks like it was J.D. Pavilion.
Number 4.
And he's listed as a wide receiver on our program, so I'm not sure if there was some sort of wildcat or if just he's their quarterback, but nonetheless, he took the ball and got a nice gain there, about 7.
Yeah, Somerville spreading it out. We see down at the bottom of the screen, well, really on both sides, they ran a stack formation, so we'll see how that develops later on. Usually offensive teams that try and do that are trying to mess with the coverage and see if they can get a miscommunication and see if they can free somebody up in the pass game.
All right, Pavilion's out there again in the shotgun. And running the play option there, and not sure if he handed it off there. He and his running back were running side by side, and it looked like Pavilion kept it, and he's getting up a little slow there, and looks like it was going to be a gain of 1 to the 22.
One of the best ways to kind of disrupt the option game and the spread option game is to get penetration in the backfield, and North Quincy did a good job messing up the read for the quarterback there. As you said, he was kind of indecisive, didn't know whether he wanted to give it or hold it, and it looked like both of them kind of carried it into the tackle there. You got some strong bodies up front this year for North. Dylan Clifford and Grant Murphy at the ends. They returned. Grant Murphy, one of the best defensive ends in the area, led the team with 10 tackles for loss last year, 8 sacks. And then number 44, Alan Guan, and number 70, Robert Wallenjum are the D tackles right now, both big physical kids.
Kadeen Jones in the backfield for the Highlanders as well. Pavilion's going to keep it, running over to the right side, and he picks up the first down and picks up a few more as well before he's pushed out of bounds. Nice run there by Pavilion, and they're going to spot him out at the 28-yard line.
Result of that play is a Highlander first down.
Pavilion looks like a good athlete in the backfield for Somerville. It looks like he'll be featured a lot, and that's the benefit of running some of that spread option stuff, is that if you have a really good running back there and the quarterback is athletic, he can make something happen in space as well. It makes the defense have to account for somebody else.
All right, 1st and 10 now for the Highlanders. Again, ball at their own 28-yard line. Handoff up the middle. A nice stop there by North Quincy. Wallenjom coming up to make the tackle. And looked like getting the ball there was Kadeen Jones.
Nice job there by Wallenjom. And you'll note for Somerville, too, when they do some of their running plays, you'll watch the receivers. They'll either run some bubbles or some quick slants. So that's an option that the quarterback has down the road. Sometimes the quarterback can read that, or sometimes if the coaching staff sees an opening, they might be able to take that adjustment and they'll just throw the ball without handing it off as well.
Say a 2-yard gain up to the 30 now for the Highlanders. 3 receivers go to the left, Pavilion. And again, a little bit of confusion there maybe, or last second option on handoff, I should say, instead. Jones on the carry, and they're going to say no gain. He did a nice job just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain.
The big thing about playing option defense is being assignment sound, so you'll hear coaches say that, and usually when you have an option situation, you have certain players assigned to certain offensive players in certain reads, and you see number 6, Grant Murphy there. He does a great job. He didn't chase the ball carrier. He was sitting down, he squeezed down, and he was ready for the play. Big 3rd and long here for North. Let's see if they can get a stop.
3rd and 8 now for Somerville. Pavilion looking to keep it himself and almost got out of harm's way, but North Quincy quickly comes over and they're going to bring him down for only a gain of 1.
It was a nice job there by number 9, Sidney Green. He timed up his blitz real well. He hit it as late as he could, and that caused some confusion for the Somerville offense. So good stop there for North Quincy. Quarterback broke one on the first set of 3 downs, but they did a nice job holding up here. Should give some favorable field position, and then Nate Caldwell, ever dangerous. Let's see if they kick to him back there. He'll be back around the 35-yard line.
All right, getting ready to punt the ball away for the Highlanders is Luca Alcaraz-Valens.
Number 6, Luca Alcaraz-Valens back to punt.
The punter, John, he's somebody. If Somerville gets in field goal range at any point, this kid can kick 45 yards. He's a pretty talented kicker.
Caldwell on the return, running down the left sideline. Flag thrown on the play. Caldwell caught it at the 35. He gets knocked out at the opposing 35, but I think this is coming back with a hold or a block in the back. There's a flag down at the 49.
It's a shame it's coming back, but you can see there why Nate Caldwell is so dangerous. He had a lot of time and space there in open field. He's not the fastest kid.
Red, 10-yard penalty from the spot. First down.
I'm sure the coaches will be coaching that up on the sideline, but he's someone, Nate, he's not the fastest kid, but he's shifty in space. He knows how to make people miss, and he sees the field really well.
I see where they spot the ball, and looks like they're going to spot it at the 40-yard line on North Quincy side of the field.
That'll spot the ball at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10.
So North Quincy will take over on their own 40.
North going to go back to their traditional I formation.
And hit off to the fullback up the middle. Nice run there by North Quincy. And getting a nice run there was Jordan Mahoney.
You can see how powerful of a runner Jordan is, too. He did a great job at the end of that run, finishing it. The defender did make the tackle, but he paid for it. And unfortunately, we have somebody down.
looks like it is, trying to see the number, it's 50 something. I think it's number 57. I'm not sure if that's, yeah, it's Ray Marcial.
So hopefully Ray is all right. Some of the other linemen for North Quincy looking at today, Dylan Clifford, one of the captains, number 56. He's like Mr. Fix-It-All up front. He can play all 5 spots pretty effectively, and he can fit in wherever is needed. Number 66, Brody Baker, looks like he's out there. He's a pretty physical kid. Number 58, Matt Hooley, he's a senior. He's another kid who can play multiple spots in the line, and he's a solid football player as well. And he'll feature a little bit on the defensive side as a linebacker. And then number 70, Robert Wallenjohn, we should see him in the offensive line as well. Another big, talented, physical kid who's worked hard in the weight room all offseason.
Trainers out on the field, attending to the injured Raider. North Quincy has an early bye this season for 2022, so next week, no game for the Raiders on the week of the 16th and 17th, but they're going to get a back-to-back home games after that on Friday, September 23rd. They're going to be playing Malden Catholic here at the stadium, and then the week after, on Thursday the 29th, they'll be taking on Abington.
Thursday night football, John. That's going to be new for QATV.
Yeah, it's been a little while. We might have had a game last year on Thursday. I don't remember, but it's been a couple of years maybe. I think last year it was just Friday and Saturdays. So every once in a while there's a Thursday game.
I know sometimes it's with some of the Jewish holidays, I believe, right? At Rosh Hashanah maybe. That changes the schedule a little bit. And I know over the past couple of years there's been some referee shortages and availability issues that have forced games to be moved from Friday night either to Thursday or to Saturday as well to help kind of spread out the officials, make sure they have enough coverage.
Martial, let's hope he's okay.
Marcial comes off the field with a little bit of help from his teammates there.
Okay, it's 1st and 10 from the Somerville.
See, it looks like he is able to put some weight on that leg, so hopefully he's okay.
You see coming into the game now for North Quincy up front is Joe Rodriguez, number 78. He's a sophomore. And as you can see now, as we just referenced before, Dylan Clifford moved out from tackle, and now he's moving into guard.
And just as we were getting ready to snap, whistle blows. And timeout was called by Somerville.
Interesting timeout there for Somerville.
Yeah. So 3:39 left to go here in the first, and timeout down the field again called by the Highlanders.
North Quincy doing a nice job. They're mixing up a little. They've been running out of the eye a little bit. They've been spreading it out and going to their spread formation a little bit with 4 wide receivers, keeping Somerville on their toes, and maybe that's causing some issues for the Somerville defense. One of the big positives for North, too, is they're able to do that with the same people. A lot of times, coaches will have to change different players out. If you want to go 4 wide receivers, they bring in another body. Whereas if you can keep all the same 11 players on there, it makes it much harder on the defense to be able to judge how you're going to line up and where you're going to go.
So the flexibility certainly is nice to have when you have the talent like that.
The credit to the kids, too, like mentally, because sometimes it can be a lot for different players to take in just to be able to learn a new spot, a new assignment, and all that. So it goes to their football IQ as well. And now they're going to keep the same personnel group, but they're going to stay in the eye now.
Handoff up to middle for North Quincy to Mahoney. And see where they're going to spot the ball up to the 47.
Looked like number 65 for Somerville, Alvin Benavidez on the tackle. He's a returning starter from last year. He's a big body. He plays linebacker in the middle. And I'm pretty sure he doubles up on the offensive line as well. But you can just tell just by the pure size of him, he's standing right there on the 40-yard line on the right of the screen. Big physical kid. We'll see if North Quincy, they might try and attack him in pass coverage as well.
2nd down and 8 now for North Quincy. Pitch over to the right side. And nice job there by North Quincy to gain the side. Number 9, Sidney Green, and looks to be just shy of the first down. They're going to mark him down at the 41-yard line.
That was a great job in the edge. It looked like number 66, Brody Baker. He locked on and he drove that outside defender probably about 8-9 yards downfield.
All right, so they do mark him down at the 41, Martin. So bring up now a 3rd down and 2 for North.
Keep an eye out here. North Quincy just changed out fullbacks here. Number 44, Alan Guan, is in another huge physical body, another huge bruising fullback for the Raiders.
And they give it to him. Nice call, Martin. Right up the middle goes Guan. He goes over one of the defenders for an extra couple yards. Great run there by Guan up to the 28-yard line and a 1st down for North.
Huge punishing run there, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Number 84, Paul Glynn, tight end, he did a good job on that play too, blocking. It looked like he might have been in on that. Great job up front, though. That's what you're looking for from an offensive line in a short yardage situation. Get a lot of vertical movement, a lot of push, and Guan was untouched for probably 6-7 yards.
Austin Pereira on the tackle for Highlanders. You have to give him credit. He was trying to get as low as he could, and he did his job to bring him down. Guan with the carry again for North Quincy. Over to the right side this time, and he's going to bring down 1, 2, 3 Highlanders with him, and they're going to spot him down to 22.
Huge job from the interior of the North Quincy offensive line on that play with Clifford, Hooley, and Baker all clearing out the middle. Gave Guan some room to cut back there. And the thing to watch out for, too, North Quincy receivers in years past, they've been very good downfield blockers. They do a good job being physical on the corners and the safeties, and that allows for those runs to go from maybe 7 or 8 into 20, 25-yard runs.
Play action fake, looking to pass downfield. Man is open, and it is, wow, great catch there by North Quincy. Nate Sampson went up with a man hanging all over him, and he brings it down for the 1st down at the 10-yard line.
Another great read there from Mikey Galligan. He was looking towards the short side of the field. He had Nate Caldwell going vertical. Didn't see what he liked there, and you could tell a quarterback when he knows what he's looking at. You see his movement with his eyes and his feet, and he moved right to the backside. And he saw Nate Sampson coming across the field, and he hits him right in stride.
All right, 1st and goal, and they spot the ball at the 9-yard line, actually. And high snap, and North Quincy, see if they can get something out of this here. Nice job there by the Highlanders to come up there and make the play. Galligan, the ball went over his head. Was able to recover, though. Was trying to make something happen, and coming up there was Alvin Benavides on the play for the Highlanders.
It looked like the snap might have been just a little high there, and Galligan was able to corral it. But it was a nice job by him to recover the ball, just be able to get it back, as North Quincy will let the clock run out, and they'll discuss what they want to do here during the interchange.
North Quincy Raiders 7.
All right, so the ball is going to be spotted at the 25-yard line on the loss there, and that will be the end of the quarter. And actually, I want to give credit to the right defender. Jeremiah Ellie was the one who was able to bring down Galligan on that last play for Somerville. So we're going to end the 1st quarter here at the stadium. North Quincy 7, Somerville 0, and the teams will move down the other end of the field where North Quincy will have a 2nd and goal from the 25-yard line. I'll remind all of our viewers you can log on to Quincy Access TV's website at QATV.org for membership information, program schedules, video on demand, and our live stream as well. So again, QATV.org. Hopefully a lot of you are watching live right now on QATV Channel 8 or on our new HD channel, QATV HD 1072. So you can log on to kind of the best of QATV on the HD channel 1072. You'll see programming from sports, member programming, entertainment, but also government meetings from City Council, License Board, and things of that nature, and everything that's been produced by QATV on the HD channel. So we encourage you to log on to that as well and take a look.
We see here there's a little bit of a difference for the Somerville team this year. They have a new coach in David Pereira. It's his 1st season. Listening to an interview over at Somerville, it seemed like they were really excited with the new hire there, and the kids are really excited to have a new coach. And you can see last year, the 1st game, North was able to get Somerville off balance a couple times. They weren't lined up, but Somerville well coached up here. They're lined up. They're ready to go coming out of the quarter.
All right, looking down the left side of the field, looking for, couldn't bring it in, was Nate Sampson. Was open in the end zone. Nice ball thrown there by Galligan, but they cannot connect.
Tough break there for North. I know that if they ran that back, I know Nate would be able to catch that one. Nice throw by Galligan, put it only where Nate Sampson could get it, though. So from a quarterback perspective, you like the ball placement and where that ended up. It was a good decision.
All right, it's 3rd and goal now for the Raiders. Getting ball at the 25-yard line. North gets set. Galligan again looking to pass. Rolls out of the pocket, and he's going to have to keep it himself. Oh, nice move there up to the 15-yard line. Still on his feet at the 10, and will finally get brought down at the 7-yard line.
Calls his own number.
Yeah, the ball came loose, I think, John.
Inside the 10.
I think they might be calling that Somerville ball.
And they're saying that the
Oh, it is. Wow, I did not see that at the end there.
I saw the kid flip it up really quick to the official afterwards.
8-yard line.
Look, I know the North staff is probably feeling like he was tackled down there by contact. No, tough break there, but you could see kind of Mike's athletic ability out in space as well. He didn't like what he saw. He was able to take off. He made a guy miss. Was able to get good yards on that run, but unfortunately, North had turned it over.
All right, so they're going to spot the ball at the 8-yard line for Somerville. So tough break for the Raiders, but Somerville is able to capitalize on the turnover and hold North Quincy out of the end zone. So can Highlanders take over on their own 8-yard line. 11:36 to go here in the second quarter. Quarterback's going to keep it himself, Jaden Pavilion. And looks like no gain. Actually, going to give him a gain of 1.
Nice job there by the North Quincy defense. Looked like a design quarterback run there. Saw some linemen pulling to the left, but the line up front got some good penetration. They were able to slow that down. D tackles Alan Guan and Noah Baker doing solid up front, along with defensive end number 19, Robert Wallenjohn. Sorry, that's Ben Wallenjohn, 19. See if North Quincy can get a stop here. That'd be big if they could get a 3-and-out and force another Somerville punt.
Second down for the Highlanders.
Yeah, false start.
And yeah, you can see the right guard there. He was trying to adjust himself, but they're going to call that a false start because everyone was set. Oh, actually.
Okay, we got a charge timeout.
Okay, so they're going to say no penalty. They're going to say it was a timeout instead.
That's a good break for Somerville there. You can kind of see he rocked forward there, that offensive lineman, so that's why they threw the flag. Whereas if like you look at North, they do a pretty good job. All 5-6 guys up front, if there's a tight end, they all put their hand down at the same time. And then the big thing is that in order to not get a penalty, you have to make sure everybody's set for 1 second before you snap the ball. I believe that's their second timeout, right?
Yeah, they've called a timeout in the first quarter as well.
So, big sequence, important play here for Somerville. We said the kind of lucked out there that the referee gave them the timeout instead of the penalty. That way they don't get completely backed up. They'd be inside the 5 had that penalty been marked off there. 2nd and 9, they still got everything on the table. We haven't really seen them throw the ball yet. Everything's been designed run of the quarterback's rolling out to the outside, and he's trying to get something with his feet. Somerville's going to spread it out here. They're going to go 3 receivers to the field. And they have one receiver alone on the bottom. Oh, nice job by the Raiders up front.
Looked like leading the way for North Quincy was number 19, Ben Wallenjohn, coming up there and making the stop, or more than the stop, for a big loss, I should say.
Ben's a great kid. He brings great energy. He was a part of the volleyball run as well. He's a kid that joined the football team at the end of last year, and then he was in the weight room all off season, committed himself. Great athlete, and he's only going to get better as the season goes along. It's a great job by the Raiders defense. They're going to force now, looks like a 3rd and long. They're going to be on the 6-yard line, Somerville is. They're going to have to put it in the air if they want to get the first, or they might just keep it on the ground and hopefully not turn it over.
The ball back at the 6-yard line, and bad snap into the end zone, and we'll see if it can be a safety not in. It is. Nice job there by North Quincy.
There he is again. Wallenjohn was right there with the host of Red Raiders. Number 32, senior Ramir Johnson, was one of the first guys into that tackle as well. So great pursuit by the Raider defense. Force the safety.
All right, so North puts 2 points on the board, and they now lead 9-0.
So now we'll get a free kick. I believe it's from the 20-yard line. So an opportunity for the Red Raiders special teams to make a play. Looks like number 28, Devin Tran, will be back there for the Raiders to receive, and also number 5, Nate Caldwell. As we saw, he had a big punt return earlier on in the first quarter, and then the opening kickoff. We really didn't get the chance to see these guys in action since Somerville kicked it out of bounds. So we'll see here, North will line up their kickoff return formation here. They got 5 guys in the front. And they'll go 3 lines of 2 behind it.
All right, Luca Alcaraz Valens.
So he's going to choose to punt this. You could, I believe you could put it on a tee as well if you wanted to. But Valens is a very talented kicker.
So high kick. Going to bounce at the 41-yard line and fielded by Nate Caldwell. Caldwell right up the middle to the left side. Just to kicker the beat. Has a man down there, and he's going to go right past him. Touchdown, Nate Caldwell and the Raiders.
You can't say enough about Nate. He just makes plays happen. We saw it on Thanksgiving. He caught the winning touchdown pass down in the north end zone, and right there, he does a great job fielding it on a bounce. That's probably not the preferred way to receive the kick, but he made the most of it nonetheless. Great job by the North Quincy return team as well. Lots of different guys on it. Looked like number 15, Dom Gonzalez, got a block on the edge. Manea Panariti, I think, was out on the that left side too. The host of Raiders. Great job there by the special teams unit.
Yeah, had some nice blocking downfield, did Caldwell, and give him credit as well. Found the seam, then went over to the left sideline, like you said, Martin, and goes all the way in. Caldwell now for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So with 9:23 left to go here in the second quarter, North Quincy now leads 16-0.
Nice PAT kick too as well. The operation looked smooth that time between long snapper Dylan Clifford and holder Will Conley. Getting the ball down nice and quickly for Caldwell to boot it.
I want to mention we're having a little technical difficulties with our quarter graphic. It says it's first quarter, but it is the second quarter, and we're trying to get that fixed. We're able to take a data feed from the scoreboard, Martin, and for some reason it didn't update between quarters for us. It shows second quarter on the scoreboard here in the stadium, but didn't update in our graphics package. So we are trying to look at that.
Technology's hard, Jeff.
So we're going to take a look at that and see why it's not updating for us, but we'll make sure we can get that fixed at the half nonetheless as well. But here we are here in the second quarter for anyone that is wondering and when watching at home.
That's going to be a great addition for you as well. You don't have to set up clock cam and worry about the wind knocking it over or somebody hitting it with their foot and it's off center. You're running upstairs to fix it.
I didn't want to blame the coaches from either of the high schools hitting the camera or like the wind or whatnot. But yeah, it's nice we're able to get that in, and a lot more features we're going to be able to do with that as we experiment and get used to it as well. All right, nice kick there by Caldwell, all the way back to the 10-yard line. Goes Somerville, and nice pursuit by North Quincy, and going to get up to about the 25-yard line on the return, does the Highlanders.
Great tackle there by number 21, Ben Hudak, one of the Hudak twins from the junior class. They're both huge special teams players, excellent tacklers in space. Number 4, Ariel White, again, does a great job getting downfield. He got down there so quick, and he made such a good play the first time down there. Somerville had to put 2 guys on him, so Ben was able to make the tackle pretty much unblocked there. And then North Quincy kickoff team did a good job in pursuit, and there were 3 or 4 guys finishing it off.
Lucas Brito was the man on the return for the Highlanders. So they're going to start at their own 25. Pass over to the near sideline, and it is almost intercepted. 2 men over there for North Quincy, Nate Caldwell, and also number 7, Nate Sampson.
Number 21, Jeremiah Ely, on that route there, and he's someone that I think that Somerville really likes to go to. A couple times they've went with a trips formation, and they've left him by himself on the right side. And you can see the quarterback likes him as well. Jaden Pavilion, he gave him a shot, even when it was a tough look to throw against. It was a great job there by Nate Sampson and Nate Caldwell to come over and make that play.
Second down and 10 now for Somerville. Pavilion's pass is complete over to the left side.
Pass is complete.
Up to about the 30-yard line. Yeah, ball did come loose, but the officials are going to say his forward progress was stopped at the 31 before the ball came loose.
It was a nice job there. It looked like number 33, Will Conley. He's the corner on the far side of the field there. Did a good job rallying up to the ball. Was there to meet the receiver right on the catch and punched it free there, or almost punched it free. But it prevented any yards after catch, as we saw North do a couple times in the first quarter. They were able to get good yardage after the catch.
Jeremiah Ellie.
Of course, I jinx it too. Right when I say he's always on the right, he goes to the left.
All right, ball is at the 31-yard line. Again, that's where they say the forward progress was stopped and the play was dead. Big blitz here by North Quincy, and nowhere quickly. Jaden Pavilion couldn't go anywhere. Great job there by North. It's going to be a big sack back to the 20-yard line.
All-out blitz there from North Quincy. It was a great job by the linebackers to time it out. Looks like the inside linebackers on that play were Jordan Mahoney, number 10. He's going both ways. And number 58, Matt Hooley, timed it out perfectly. I think Hooley got the first hit there. Did a great job wrapping up the quarterback, and that's going to back Somerville all the way up to the 20. All the way back to 20, I should say. It'll give Nate Caldwell another chance to return the kick. Let's see if Somerville maybe tries to punt away from him. We saw the Archie's punter did a good job last night. He was kicking away from the Quincy special teams unit.
Alcaraz Valens back to kick it for the Highlanders.
So right in the 50-yard line, one of the Somerville coaches has ran over and he's pointing at the ground, and I think that's where they are trying to get the punter to kick it towards.
He goes right up the middle. Caldwell fields it right at the 50-yard line. Has some space down the right sideline. He's going to go all the way again. Touchdown, Nate Caldwell. What a job there. Caldwell had a huge seam up the middle of the field. Great blocking by the Raiders, and he exploded through it for a 50-yard return.
He made that look pretty easy, and the Somerville coaches weren't too happy. It was hard to see out of the shot, but there was one coach who ran over right to the 50-yard line. He was trying to get the attention of the punter to try and direct it over towards him, towards their sideline. But unfortunately, the punter wasn't able to get it over there. He gets great hang time, though, and the kick team was down there, but Nate does a good job, and then the defensive unit that was out there on that punt return did a great job blocking for him as well. Created a seam up the middle.
2 great returns by Nate Caldwell to get a couple extra touchdowns on the board for North Quincy. And he'll come out again for the extra point. It's up and it is good. He boomed that one through, Martin. So with 6:53 left to go here in the second quarter, North Quincy now takes a 23-0 lead.
I saw on Twitter WATD was doing fantasy football this year using high school teams, and I'm sure whoever has Nate Caldwell on their team is going to be pretty excited. He's got a couple touchdowns. He's got 3 extra points. He's making plays happen all over the field. But this is the way you want to start if you're North Quincy. The first defensive series, they gave up a first down, but they locked down, forced a punt. And ever since then, it's been straight ahead for North. They got the ball once. They drove it right down the field, punched it in. A couple special teams touchdowns. So great first half here. We still got 6:53 left to go in the second quarter as well.
Yeah, again, want to mention that we are in the second quarter. Some technical difficulties with our graphics package and why it's not updating. So we're trying to figure that out in the truck. I want to thank all our volunteers and crew that are out here tonight on our back-to-back nights here at Veterans Memorial Stadium to cover the high school football here in the city of Quincy. Peter Doherty, Chris Potter in the truck, and on camera of Ryan McWade and Scott Daniels.
Nate Caldwell set to kick off for the Raiders.
So you'll watch for number 4, Ariel White. He's to the right of the kicker there. He's been down there in every play. And then the 2 gunners on each side, the 2 outside guys, number 11 and 21 of the Hudak brothers. Those guys are really great pursuers on special teams kicks.
Fielded at the 9-yard line.
Oh.
And coming up there, number 4, Ariel White. Martin, you called to take a look out for him. He was right there.
On the carry.
And Somerville, I think, might have to make an adjustment for how they block it, because I think every time he's come down, he's been unblocked, and he made one heck of a play there. Tripped him up. And Somerville, once again, backed up to the 20. If you're Coach Craig, you couldn't ask for a better job from the kickoff unit, being able to punt the Somerville offense deep into North territory. And if they have to kick again, it'll give North another opportunity for great field position or to field the kick.
Lucas Brito, again on the return for Somerville. Handoff up the middle for Somerville, but going nowhere fast. Nice job by North Quincy.
Nowhere to run.
Come up there and make the tackle for a loss. Actually, going to say no gain.
That was pretty close there from Somerville. They had some receiver was misaligned, it looked like, and he tried to get reset. And he was coming forward. It was almost right at the snap there, but the ref deemed that he was set before the snap. Great job again by the interior of the North Quincy defense. Seen now for the past couple series, number 76, Anthony Melchioni, a sophomore. He's been right in on a couple of these plays as well. He's another one of the physical linemen up front. What North has lost in terms of experience, they have a lot of depth this year in terms of numbers and guys that can get in there and get some plays and make plays.
Somerville again confused on setting up, and they're going to have to call a timeout.
Yeah, the clock was running down the back. Judge had his hand up for 10 seconds for a little bit, so.
Timeout, Somerville.
That's their 3rd timeout of the half, so they are out of timeouts.
So another good opportunity here for North to be able to make something happen defensively. I'm sure they'll be talking about in the huddle, just making sure that they can keep the quarterback contained. He's really been the only player that's hurt the defense so far, either when he's doing the read option or if he drops back to pass. He's been scrambling around and making some plays, but after that first drive, North has really tightened up nicely, prevented any open running lanes. We get a good shot there of the Somerville huddle. I know number 7, Olinsky, oh no, that's number 9, sorry. It's number 7, Ernst Pierre, wide receiver. He's a pretty dangerous athlete on the outside as well. Right now he's lined up on the bottom.
All right, 2nd down and 10 for the Highlanders. Pavilion over to, actually keeps himself,
On the carry across
and maybe a gain of 1 on the play, and then yes, they're going to give him 1 yard on that run.
Nice job on the outside. It looked like number 88, Anea Panariti. Plays a little defensive end, and he's played some outside linebacker as well. I didn't see where he was lined up on that play. Might have been outside linebacker. He did a nice job, forced the run back into the inside, and then he made the tackle as well.
Coming up on 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Oh, nice job, North Quincy. Looks like number 76, Anthony Melchione, on that stop, along with number 19, Mr. Wallenjohn, Ben Wallenjohn, stuffed the running back up the middle.
No gain on the play.
It was Gavin Facile again on the carry for Somerville, and they're going to give him a loss on the play back to the 19-yard line, loss of 2 yards on the play.
So let's see. There's a couple Somerville coaches on the sideline again. One's at the 50 and one's at the Somerville 40, and they're holding their hand up. And I think they're trying to get the punter's attention and let him know to kick it towards the sideline and not at Nate Caldwell.
Let's see what happens here.
That's going to be in the field. Oh, no, maybe not.
Let's see. It does go out of bounds. It's high kick. And let's see. It goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line on Somerville side of the field. We'll see where they actually spot it. And they're going to say at the 35 is where it went out of bounds.
Well, for Somerville, they might consider that a win because they didn't get a return there. It'll be nice to see the North Quincy offense back out on the field again. We haven't seen them for a little bit. They put together a nice opening drive, scored a touchdown. Their second drive, they turned it over right down the goal line, but they were moving right down the field. Quarterback Mikey Galligan's done a good job leading this offense out.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Somerville 35-yard line. Galligan gets out of harm's way, looking downfield, has some time, and throws it down into the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, North Quincy to Nate Sampson.
That's a fortunate break there for North Quincy. The defensive back fell, so it was a nice, easy catch for Nate Sampson. Mike Galligan does a good job. There was some pressure coming up in the pocket right away. Right off the edge on his blind side, and he was able to kind of roll out, had some time. Typically you don't throw across the field, but Sampson was over there. He does a great job making that catch. I know he'll be happy and excited to make that play. The previous offensive series, he had one in the end zone that was just in and out of his hands. So it's good to see him make up for that, atone for that, and be able to get a touchdown.
Galligan tiptoed the line of scrimmage there, Martin, when he threw that ball. He was right on it. And I'm not sure if he dragged his foot or the ball was behind it when he was throwing it, but the officials said he was behind the line of scrimmage for the legal pass. And Caldwell will come up to finish it off with the extra point. So 3:46 left to go.
A nice job there from the North Quincy special teams unit again. Nice and smooth to get the kick through. Nice to see Nate have a nice kick in the ball as well. Another great kicker in the line of North Quincy kickers. They've been blessed with a lot of talented individuals the past probably 10 years of guys that can really kick the ball, PAT, punt, field goal, all of that. Last year's kicker, Thomas Murray, he's up at St. A's this year as one of the specialists up there. So just goes to show how talented kickers have come through the school.
It makes a big difference, too. I mean, normally if some high school teams, they're struggling, they decide, well, we have to go for two because we don't have someone to kick the ball. And, it comes back to bite them in the end of some games. And, instead of 7-0, all of a sudden 6-0, or it's, 12-0. And those extra points come back. So it's nice to have that. And especially as well when you're kicking off or punting, to have those extra yardage for you, it makes a big difference for the teams.
Absolutely.
Nate Caldwell set the kick off for the Raiders.
Caldwell, nice kick. Fielded right at the 10-yard line by the Highlanders.
Up at the 10.
Over to the right sideline on the return for Somerville.
That's Naheemi Simon.
Naheemi Simon on the return for the Highlanders, and they're going to spot him down at the 30-yard line.
Nice job there on special teams. It looked like number 28, Devin Tran, was in on that tackle. Number 45, Thomas Chen, he might have been in on that too. I don't know if I read that number right. Those guys are a couple sophomores, a couple guys that'll be looked at upon this year in various roles, whether it's special teams or getting a couple plays on offense or defense here and there to make something happen and give break to some of the starters. As North Quincy starting to substitute pretty liberally now in the defensive front. They got a couple new D tackles. Number 68, Tom Kale, senior. Number 66, Brody Baker, going to take some snaps at D tackle as well.
From the 30 for Somerville, and North Quincy defensive line comes in quickly and breaks that up. Looked like leading the charge was Alan Guan, number 44.
Here he is again featuring, he's an extremely physical kid. He has the ability to play multiple spots on defense. He lined up at D tackle earlier. I think now he's lined up at an inside linebacker. Gives North Quincy some added flexibility on the defensive side. Number 47, Noah Baker, another junior. He lined up at D tackle earlier. Now he's at an inside linebacker spot as well. Just gives North Quincy some added depth if guys go down or if guys need a break. They got some talented individuals to fill those spots.
And flags thrown on the play. It's going to be a false start against Somerville.
Penalty marker.
Penalty. Still second down.
Against the Highlanders. 5-yard penalty. That'll make it 2nd and 17.
I'll back them up here. It's good to see some of the other younger guys being able to get in. Number 21, Ben Hudak. He's been in on a few snaps offensively. He's featured on special teams. He's playing free safety. And then number 11, his brother Dan Hudak. He's playing corner on the bottom here, as you see on the right side of your screen. He was a special teams ace last year as well, and now it's good to see him competing and being able to make some plays out on the field, getting some defensive snaps.
Pavilion's going to keep it himself over to the left side and evaded one tackle, and looks like they're going to spot him down at the 25. And yeah, the 25 is where they put him down.
A nice job, the initial contact made there by number 2, Taylor Marquez, before the Red Raider defense came up and rallied to the play there. A great job as we see these guys subbing in and out of the huddle. See number 4, Ariel White, now he's going to take some snaps on defense. And then the big men up front, as you see, number 68, Tom Kale, number 77, Mike Akpobi, two of the stronger, bigger individuals in the North Quincy program. Somerville's going to line up here in a spread set. The 3rd and 15 on the 26, and this should be coming back.
It looks like we're going to have a false start here.
Penalty marker.
They're going to call offsides on the defense here. Probably could have gone either way with that
Third
one.
down.
Won't hurt North too much. It'll be 3rd and 10. I'm sure they'll be looking to cut down the mental errors. As we look at some of the other defensive players for North. Number 88, Panariti, he's back out there. Will Conley still at the other corner. Another of that junior class.
Third and long now for Somerville. North Quincy almost jumped off sides, but they were able to get back. And nice job there by North to bring down the ball carrier. I believe it was number 24 again, Gavin Facile.
Great job there. Looked like number 68, Tom Kale, came right through the line, was able to bundle up the ball carrier and hold him up. Allowed the defense, other members of the defense, to come in and make a secondary hit as well and drive the ball carrier back for a no gain. And with time ticking down, I think Somerville will be content to just let the clock run out on the half.
And I think that is what they are going to do, Martin. So they're just going to let the clock run out here on the first half here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. And a dominant one by North Quincy as they lead 30-0 going into the half. We will take a quick timeout here at the stadium and back in second half coverage in just one moment. Welcome back, everyone, to Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're at the half. The North Quincy Raiders lead the Somerville Highlanders by a score of 30-0. It's been a fantastic outing so far for North Quincy, being led by the outstanding play and returns of Nate Caldwell. He has 2 returning touchdowns, one off a punt, one off a kick, and a receiving touchdown as well for North Quincy. Real quick, we'll run down some stats. For North Quincy, Mikey Galligan, the quarterback for the Raiders, 5 of 7 passing, 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground for North Quincy, Jordan Mahoney has 13 yards, Sidney Green has 10 yards, and Alan Guan has 19. On the receiving side, Grant Murphy has 1 catch for 18 yards, Sidney Green 1 catch for 25 yards and a touchdown, and Nate Sampson 3 catches for 61 yards and a touchdown as well.
Good job by the North Quincy offense, being able to take what the defense has given them. They've been able to take advantage of some opportunities in the pass game, and sophomore Mikey Galligan in his first varsity start doing a good job, getting the ball out to his playmakers, starting out with Sidney Green to open up the game, hit him right in the flat, let Sidney do the rest of the work in space. Then he's made some plays with his feet as well. So a good start for Galligan, a good start for the North Quincy offense, who we didn't see for a while in the second quarter between all the special teams and the defensive plays they were making with the safety as well.
Yeah, I gave credit to Caldwell for an extra touchdown there as well, and my apologies to Sidney Green, who had that first touchdown of the game for North Quincy. All right, underway here at the stadium. Caldwell kicks it deep for North Quincy, and running up the middle is the Highlanders, and nice return there. And we'll see they spot him down at the 37-yard line, it looks like, and bringing the ball back, trying to get the number there down for Highlanders. It was number 11 on the return. That's Austin Pereira.
Looked like number 47, Noah Baker, in on that hit for North Quincy. Somerville with a nice return there. Get themselves some good field position. This will be their best field position to start a drive with the ball on their own 37-yard line. They come out and they're going to spread it out again. And they're going to stack the receivers on the bottom. See if they try and pass out of it.
Hand off to the running back. A nice tackle there by North Quincy.
Again, that's Mr. Baker, number 47, having himself a good night as well. Last year, he was an offensive lineman for the Raiders. Got some starts in at the end of the year due to injury. He played really well. And then in the offseason, he had a great offseason with the weight program and the offseason program. He's really transformed himself, and he's a formidable linebacker now. He's played a little bit of D-tackle tonight as well, but he's one of the strongest, most physical kids in the program.
2-yard gain there by Gavin Facile. So brings up a 2nd down and 8. Facile on the carry again, goes right up the middle. And he's shaken up on that play a little bit there. Here's Facile.
The 3rd tackle in a row there for Mr. Baker as North Quincy looks like they've made some wholesale subs. They're going to try and save some guys here, avoid some injury, and in addition give some of these younger guys, younger players, an opportunity to play, be able to make some plays. They work hard throughout practice during the week, replicating as the scout team, running Somerville's offense and defense, and then they've worked hard all offseason and preseason as well. So it's good for these guys to be able to get some meaningful snaps.
I mentioned Vasile was a little slow getting up. He seems to be okay. He is in the backfield. It was a hard hit there when he hit Baker. Pass down the near sideline, a jump ball, and it's complete. Nice catch there by Jeremiah Ellie. Goes up and gets the ball, and a big first down up to North Quincy's 35-yard line.
Nice job there by Ellie. I don't know how many catches he has, but he has the majority of the pass targets there. It was a one-on-one situation, and he was just able to come up with the ball. It was a 50-50 play, and he was able to make it. So good job here by Somerville, getting the ball moving a little bit. This will be their first drive that gets into North Quincy territory, so I'm sure they'll be anxious to put up some points and get a little momentum here.
Jaden Pavilion is the quarterback for the Highlanders. Running out, big blitz there for North Quincy, and leading the way was number 19, Ben Wallenjom. He came up there and forced Pavilion out of the pocket, and it's going to be a big loss in the backfield all the way back to the 43.
Nice job there by Wallenjom. You can see he's a really tall kid. He's got good strength. He's got great speed, as you saw. He gets off the line really quickly. He got the initial contact, and then, as you see on the screen, calling the defense, number 88, Anaya Panariti, he got the clean-out hit. He's playing outside linebacker. A lot of juniors, as we've talked about, on this team, and this is the majority of them out there on the defensive side right now is a part of that junior class. You saw number 84, Paul Glynn, at defensive end here on the near side in the stand-up position. He's a player to watch out for as well.
Pitch over to the right side, Vasile on the carry, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like there'll be a no gain there for the Highlanders.
I think that might have been number 2, Taylor Marquez, who was out there on the play. Nice job there. Some more subs for North Quincy. Number 42, Giovanni Morales, just came in the huddle. Sophomore linebacker. He's a fullback as well, so we may see him on offense a little bit here in the second half. Number 24, Joe Lenski, he's going to be at the corner on the bottom of the screen.
They credit Vasile with 1 yard on that carry, so it brings up a 3rd and long now for Somerville, 3rd and 17. Pavilion's going to keep it himself, had nothing downfield, and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and it looks like it was, so no gain.
Good job by some of the big bodies up front. Number 77, Mike Ekpobi, and number 68, Tom Kale. Both individuals, they're like 6'3", 6'4". Huge, big, strong kids. They're really hard to run up against in the middle. It's going to force a punt situation here for Somerville.
And you can see Devin Tran on your screen, number 28, back deep for the Raiders to receive the kick.
Devin, a good shifty little athlete. He's a running back in a slot on the offensive side. We'll see him in the second half, I'm sure, as well.
High kick there. Tran's going to field it at his own 18-yard line, and right down there for coverage was Somerville and Naheem Simon to bring down the man. So nice coverage downfield there by Simon.
It was a nice job by Simon. He made the tackle, made the first hit, and it was a good job by Tran, too, being able to field that cleanly. A lot of times up in the light, you see guys have trouble finding the ball or seeing the ball, and they end up letting it bounce. So it was a great job there by Tran to catch it. His feet wasn't moving. He wasn't running towards it. He was able to catch it pretty nicely. You see Mikey Galligan going to be leading out the North Quincy offense here to start the second half. And they're going to be changing out some guys on the offensive side as well. So you see, it looks like number 13, Cam Sampson, wide receiver here on the bottom of the screen.
Another nice run here by North Quincy, and looked like it was Giovanni Morales on the run for North Quincy all the way up to the 25.
the 25.
North Quincy has got quite a collection of fullbacks on their team. A lot of big body kids that are physical that can run in between the tackles, but they got good feet as well, and they can make people miss in space, so they can put their shoulder pads down and finish the run off as well in a physical manner.
And Mikey Galligan under center for North Quincy, sophomore quarterback. Pitch goes to Ariel White over to the left side. Nice run there by White. Evades a couple of tacklers and was able to get outside and will get across the 35 up to the 36-yard line and move the sticks.
Nice job there by Ariel White. Nice job by the offensive line group up front. Still largely intact from the first half. I'm sure we'll see some different guys get in there as well. Nice job downfield blocking by the Raiders. Number 13, Cam Sampson, out there as well on that toss play. And then up top we have on the other side, Marquise Rodriguez Smith, number 39. He's a player to watch out for as well, sophomore.
They spot the ball at the 35, 1st and 10 for the Raiders. And off to Morales again over to the right side, breaks a couple tackles. Nice stiff arm there, gets across midfield for North Quincy, and will finally get pushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Great run there by Morales.
Nice job there by Morales. They hit the fullback again right up the middle. We saw it a couple times in the first half with Alan Guan and Jordan Mahoney. They were able to bust a couple big runs up the middle. It hits so quick, and it's hard on the defense, especially when you are able to run the toss action and get outside. That quick hitter up the middle opens up real nice.
That stiff arm by Morales picked up another 20 yards. So great job there by him. And North Quincy has things cooking now as they are in Highlander territory again at the 38-yard line.
See Mikey Galligan doing a good job pointing guys out at the line, possible blitzers.
White on the carry and bounces out of the middle of the field and trying to make something happen, and in doing so is going to get brought down for a loss all the way back to about the 44.
With good intent there by White to be able to bounce off that first tackle, take the contact. Unfortunately, it's a tough situation once you start running backwards. It's hard to kind of gain those yards back. But the intent was good. The fight is good on that. You like seeing a running back that doesn't go down on first contact, and he's been playing hard all night, featured on the kickoff team especially. He's made 2 or 3 tackles on that unit. You can just see kind of how hard of a runner he is. As we see now, North Quincy is going to make a quarterback change here. Number 14, Matt Tolan, another sophomore. He's going to see some snaps now.
Quarterback is now number 14, Matt Tolan.
All right, so Tolan under center now for North. As you said, Martin Tolan, a sophomore. Morales on the carry up the middle.
Morales on the carry.
Get up to
close to the 35.
Actually, that's number 45, Thomas Chan on the carry, excuse me.
They'll put it at the
Nice
36.
job there by North Quincy. Fullback runs have been open, and they're just going to keep it simple and keep the ball moving forward. It is going to bring up a 3rd and 8, but we'll see what North Quincy decides to do here.
Ball at the 36-yard line, 3rd down and 8. Tolan gives it to White. White trying to get out to the right side, and he does cross the 30-yard line, has the 1st down and more. Now to the 20-yard line, still breaking tackles. Finally get it spun down and brought down at the 13-yard line. Great run there by Ariel White.
You can just see how dynamic he is in space there. He runs hard, he's making people miss, and you can tell he's really amped up to be able to get some carries on the offensive side. Looking up front at the offensive line, we've seen some changes up there as well. Number 84, Paul Glenn, he's running some tight end. Number 76, Anthony Melchione, who's featured on the defensive side, is now playing a guard spot, right guard. Mike Ekpobi, number 77, looks like he is at left tackle. So good to see some of these younger guys get some reps on the offensive side of the football.
White this time to the left side, crosses the 10 at the 5, and goes in for the touchdown. North Quincy, Ariel White with a nice run there. A 14-yard touchdown run to increase the lead for North Quincy, 36-0.
Great job there by the North Quincy second group, and specifically there on that run, number 13, Cam Sampson, tied up that corner extremely well, and he basically gave Ariel White the free lane into the end zone there. Once he broke the first line, there was no stopping him. A great job up front as well. Number 45, Thomas Chan, the fullback on that play, another fullback for North Quincy. He was leading the way out in front.
Number 5, Nate Caldwell.
All right, Nate Caldwell will come out to kick the extra point. Will Conley will hold. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 1:57 left to go in the third quarter, North Quincy puts another point on the board, and they now lead 37-0.
Great job by the Raiders there. The second unit's done a good job to open up the second half, both defensively and offensively, being able to get a stop. And then on the flip side, that second group is able to put together a drive offensively and score a touchdown. You always like to see that. As you mentioned, these guys are working hard all off season and all summer. A lot of these younger guys might be playing on JV, whether it's Mondays or Saturdays. But it's always special for them when they can get some snaps under the lights on Friday night, in front of their friends, in front of their family, when the community's out here. Really exciting for those guys as well.
Again, this is North Quincy's first game of the season here. Well on their way to a victory. They'll have a bye next week, an early bye for North Quincy, and then the homestand continues on Friday, September 23rd. They'll face off against Malden Catholic, and on Thursday, September 29th, against Abington. Last year, North Quincy was down in Abington, and it was a big battle there against Abington. And it was a great game, but North lost by a score of 27-21. But it was a tight game all the way through.
Came down right to the end, and it's against it was against a pretty good Abington team that made it to Gillette last year. I'm pretty sure as a Super Bowl team. They lost to Rockland in the state championship. That's a perennially strong program. And the Malden Catholic should be a tough game as well. Record-wise, people might look at it and say they weren't that strong, but they play in a tough league with BC High and some of those other big schools, St. John's Prep, Savarian. So you know that Malden Catholic, while their record might not be good, they're going up against the best of the best. So it'll be a great test for the Raiders.
It's a big hit down there on the field. And
number 11,
Austin Pereira took the brunt of that definitely as he was trying to bring that return in. But it was a huge hit. I believe it was Guan on the hit there for North Quincy.
Yeah, another strong play there from the North Quincy special teams unit there, and I think you're right, John. That was Mr. Guan, fullback linebacker. Does a great job on kickoff.
He had a full head of steam, Martin, as he was going down there and just put a licking in there on Pereira.
Got a nice shot at the North Quincy defensive front 6, front 8 there, number 30. Brian Wallowitz, junior defensive end. We get some of these bigger guys up front, and we're going to get a timeout probably by Somerville. Yeah, Somerville's going to take that one. So so it continues here for North, getting some different guys. Some game opportunities here. As we said, Brian Wallowitz, a junior. We saw Ben Wallenjum in on the other side at defensive end as well. We get a look at the huddle. Number 28, Devin Trent. We've talked about him a lot on special teams. He's going to get an opportunity. He just came in the huddle here. And then how about this? Number 5, Nate Caldwell, one of the captains, coming into the huddle with the water. So you like to see that from a captain. He's supporting the younger guys, and just off the field, Nate's one of the best. Everybody loves him. He works hard. Great kid, too, and he's well respected by his teammates.
Quick pass over to the left side is complete. Jeremiah Ellie.
Number 21, Jeremiah Eli.
And
No gain on the play.
let's see, I think I'm going to say is right at the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to be at the 20. So I think they're going to say with forward progress, he was trying to make something happen. So it's actually going to be a 4-yard loss on the play.
That's something we talked about in the first half. Somerville was running their receivers on little bubble routes and slant routes on the backside of some of their runs, and they tried to hit on one of those opportunities there. But North Quincy was alert. They were up to the task. Great job on the outside. I think that was number 21, Ben Hudak, was one of the guys up there to blow it up, along with number 24, Joe Lenski. Oh.
And for the Highlanders, another big hit there by North Quincy. This time it was number 47 on the hit, Noah Baker.
He is having an extremely strong second half here from his inside linebacker position. Give credit to the number 77, Mike Ekpobi, and number 68, Tom Kale. They got the initial hit on the running back, forced him to cut back inside, and Noah Baker got the clean out on that. Bring up 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15 maybe. They're going to say no gain on that play. Clock winding down here. This should be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
3rd and long now for Somerville. And bad snap. They're able to pick it up though, but that gives North Quincy plenty of time to bring to Calvary. And it's going to be another loss there for Somerville.
No gain.
And there's the horn for the end of the 3rd quarter. So at the end of 3, North Quincy with a dominant lead here, 37-0 over Somerville.
Great all-around performance here for North Quincy. Just like with Quincy High last night, exactly what you're looking for to start off the season. You want to get off on the right foot. You want to play well on both sides. You know that you're going to make some mistakes and that you'll be able to correct them, but you can't fault the effort. The kids are flying around. They're making plays. They're getting excited. The coaches are excited. It's a great way to open up the season.
Ron, I mentioned that next week North Quincy has a bye, and the Presidents will be away down in Easton to face off against Oliver Ames. But taking center stage next week will be soccer when North Quincy travels to the stadium to face off against Quincy. So boys and girls soccer here at the stadium. The boys game will be at 5 p.m. and the girls at 7 p.m. So we encourage everyone to come on down on Saturday, September 17th to watch a doubleheader of soccer here at the stadium. QATV will have live coverage of those games if you can't make it to the stadium as well on QATV Channel 8, HD Channel 1072, and on QATV.org/sports. So again, come on down and see some North Quincy soccer.
Just like football, or even some of the more well-known sports, basketball, like the soccer teams always have really great matchups as well, and it goes along the same lines of the records don't matter, past history doesn't matter. The teams are always geared up to play each other, and I know in the past few years the soccer games have been ultra competitive.
And then that following Monday on the 19th, the girls volleyball teams will play at Quincy High School. That game is at 6:30 p.m., so we encourage you to all get down to the Quincy High School for another competitive sport here in the city. The girls volleyball teams are always great games.
Yeah, especially those two teams. They're always making deep tournament runs, and they're always right at the top of the Patriot League in terms of their standing and competitiveness. So that'll be another fun game, I'm sure. They always go back and forth.
All right, Highlanders punted the ball away, goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line, and that's where North Quincy will start this next drive.
We get a nice look here at the North Quincy offensive huddle. You're going to see some guys shifting around. I see Devin Tran in there, number 28, number 39, Marquise Rodriguez-Smith. He's coming back out there. Quarterback Matt Tolan. He's going to be leading the way again, and we'll go through some of the other individuals. I see number 50, Joseph Nista. Get some time in on the offensive line.
At the 42-yard line of Somerville. 1st and 10 Raiders.
Then we got Thomas Chan, a fullback, number 28. Let's see if they can pop a couple runs for him.
And Matt Tolan in at quarterback again. He's going to hand it off. And
I
think that's Don Perry.
It's a pickup of 1.
So Perry on the carry.
For the Raiders.
He's a sophomore as well, so nice run there by him. See if the North Quincy looks like between some of their second and third group. Let's see if they can punch in another touchdown. Be good for these guys. Be able to get another one.
Perry again on the carry. Nice cut back up to the middle of the field. Has some space over the right side. One man to beat. Get his trust 20-yard line. Will finally get brought down at the 15. Great run there by Perry.
Nice job there by Don Perry. He does a great job cutting back, getting to the outside, and he's another quick athlete for the North Quincy Raiders. In a very deep and talented backfield group.
Now spot him down at the 16-yard line, but a big run there. So 1st and 10 for North from the 16. Tolan's going to keep it himself, trying to look for some stuff on the left side, and not much there. Nice pursuit there by Ernst Pierre for the Highlanders to bring him down.
Good pursuit there by Somerville. Design quarterback roll there, it looked like, for Tolan. He had the running backs leading the way. Was hoping he could get a couple extra yards.
There's no gain on the play.
Spot the ball at the 15-yard line.
Gain of 1.
So gain of 1 on the play.
You see number 66, Brody Baker. He's moved over to the left tackle. He's bounced around a couple different spots in the offensive line today as well.
Tolan pass is incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Looked like he was looking for Cam Sampson.
Just missed that connection there, but it was a good look. It was a one-on-one play. But Sampson was just a little bit off the mark.
Bring up 3rd and 10.
North Quincy continuing to change some guys out here. Looks like at left guard's going to be number 52, Jason Preziosi Madden Jr. Nice job there by number 66, Brody Baker. As you can see, he's helping count guys in the huddle with quarterback Matt Tolan, making sure they have 11. Dan Hudak's going to be the 11th man out there.
Baker had the height advantage on Tolan there as he was looking down at everybody to give him the count.
So Dan Hudak's going to line up at tight end here.
Tolan play action fake, looking to the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete, but flags thrown on the play as we pass interference. Was looking for Hudak in the corner of the end zone. And North Quincy will have a first down here with a penalty.
Nice route there by Hudak. Got open on a corner route to the back in the end zone. Good read there by Tolan to throw it up there for him. Somerville defender was forced to just kind of take out Hudak instead of playing the ball. So that's going to be a pretty easy call for the officials there.
Okay, we got pass interference on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, result of the plays, it's still going to be 3rd down.
Half the distance to the goal. That'll be.
All right, so we're going to say half the distance to the goal and will not be a first down. So they spot the ball.
Not a first down, but the yard marker person dropped his first
I was
down
just going to say,
marker.
yeah, so the yard markers dropped it down. So they spot the ball at the 8-yard line.
Oh, there we go. So it should be about, what, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2?
I believe 3rd and 2, yes. Up to the 5-yard line, and let's see if he got in. No, it's going to get to the 1-yard line. Perry on the carry. And it's going to be just shy of the touchdown. Nice run there. He started going up the middle, did a nice shift to his right, and actually going to spot the ball down at the 2.
Down to the 2-yard line.
See if North Quincy can punch us in here. Nice job here by Matt Tolan leading the troops down the field.
Somerville Highlanders, 2-yard
As the second quarterback here for North tonight. See number 81, Tommy Wirtz, on the bottom of the screen there. He's checked in at wide receiver.
And gives it to fullback up the middle, and touchdown North Quincy. Looked like it was number 28 on the carry there, Devin Tran.
Good job there by cheering up the middle in North Quincy tonight. Whenever they need a play, they've been handing off to the fullback with a lot of success. Good reward for Devin as well. He's made a lot of plays on special teams. He's been returning some kicks. He's been on some cover units. Played a little defense tonight. Past couple plays, he lined up at fullback and was leading the way for Perry. And good reward there for him to punch it in. Like Nate Caldwell's going to be coming out again to kick the extra point.
Caldwell set to kick the point after 33. Will Conley to hold.
Nice job there on the operation again.
And it is up and good. Again, Caldwell has done a great job here on special teams in all aspects. And with that, North Quincy now leads 44-0.
For the Raiders.
Nice job there by number 33, Will Conley. The hold of the snap was a little high. He didn't have to get up, but he had to reach for it a little bit. And he did a great job not only fielding it, but getting it down in a timely manner. The kick units work all the time, pre-practice, post-practice, just on that timing, especially for the kicker. It's huge for the kicker to know that if the snap gets back there quickly and the holder does a good job fielding it and putting it down, that he can time the start of his run up towards the kick pretty quickly.
Martin, I'm not as much of a North Quincy historian as you are, but I would think with this 44-0 score, we must be getting into some sort of historic area here with biggest shutout in school history. I could be wrong, but 44-point victory is certainly a huge margin of victory. Again, we went with the shutout as well.
Yeah, this will probably rank right up there in terms of one of the best all-around performances for North, scoreboard-wise, certainly.
Our director, Peter Doherty, who's down the truck and who's been a long-time North Quincy fan, says he's never seen such a big score. So certainly might be watching a nice historic moment here for North Quincy with this victory here tonight.
We'll get right on that, John.
Caldwell set to kick off.
I know Peter is proudly wearing his NQ hat down on the truck. He gave me a little bit of grief when I had my Quincy High hat on last night for the Quincy game. He said, "John, I have to tell you something." I said, "What's that, Peter?" He's like, "I don't like your hat." I said, "Well, where's your North Quincy hat?" He said, "I left it at home." I said, "Well, bring it down tomorrow." And that's exactly what he did.
Another great job there by the kick cover team. But you were supporting the right team last night, John, right? Supporting your alma mater on the correct night.
That I was.
It'd be one thing if you wore a Quincy hat here tonight, standing
I have my red QATV shirt on here tonight, so.
Yep, I can verify and attest to that.
Thank you.
Witness.
Highlanders.
So if I'm looking at my notes here, the largest shutout win for North was back in 1953, 49-0.
Yeah, so
this ranks right up there.
We're right there with it. All right, the ball's spotted at the 24-yard line.
Oh, we can't emphasize enough how great of a game this is for North. It's a total team win, too. That's one of the positive aspects as well. It wasn't just one person who necessarily dominated the show and made all the plays. It was a whole host of guys, special teams, offense, defense, skill guys, line guys, first group, second group, third group. You know, everybody's stepped up tonight and really made a lot of plays, which was very encouraging, I'm sure, for the coaching staff, and it's exciting leading into the bye week.
You see number 68 there in the middle of your screen, Tom Kale coming up with the tackle there for North Quincy.
2nd and 7. We're under a minute to play.
Great job there by him. You see the clock winding down now. We're just under a minute. We'll probably get one more play here from the Somerville offense to cap off. Great performance. You see number 53 coming in now for this play, Leo Guan, another junior. You can check in and get some looks up front. Number 50, Joseph Nista at defensive end.
Another handoff up the middle here for Somerville.
Great job there by number 42, Giovanni Morales, getting one of the first hits there. I think Kale might have been in on that play again as well. And that's going to seal the deal, John.
All right, so as the clock ticks down to zeros here at the stadium, North Quincy with a dominant victory, 44-0 over the Somerville Highlanders. We'll run down some stats here for you real quick. Mikey Galligan, the quarterback for North Quincy, the starting quarterback for North Quincy, 5 of 7 passing for 104 yards and 2 touchdowns to lead the way for North Quincy. A host of Raiders touched the ball on the ground here tonight. Leading the way was Ariel White. He had 4 for 40 yards and a touchdown. Right behind him was Giovanni Morales. He had 34 yards. Dominic Perry had 32. Jordan Mahoney had 13. Sidney Green had 10. Devin Tran had a touchdown for 2 yards. And also Alan Guan had 2 carries for 19 yards. On the receiving side of the ball, Nate Sampson had 3 catches for 61 yards. Sidney Green had 1 catch for 25 yards. Both Sampson and Green had touchdown receptions. And Grant Murphy had 1 catch for 18 yards to round out the stat book here for North Quincy. So again, dominant victory. Said one of the biggest victories in school history, dating back to the 50s here for the Raiders. So a historic night, dominance all around. It was Martin in all 3 aspects. It was offense, defense, and special teams here tonight for North Quincy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we mentioned before, total team performance. Great way to kick off the season. Unfortunately, North is going to be on a bye. I'm sure they wish they had a game next week. But it'll give them a good opportunity to fix some things I'm sure they'll see on the film, make some adjustments, and give them some extra time to prep up for Malden Catholic, which promises to be a tough matchup.
Yeah, definitely. We will be back here on the 23rd for North Quincy when they host Malden Catholic. It'll be a doubleheader weekend for us that weekend as well. The 23rd will be North Quincy, and on the 24th, Quincy will host Westwood that Saturday here at the stadium. So we encourage everyone to come on out and support the 2 teams here at the stadium. But if you can't get here, watch the games on QATV Channel 8, 1072, or online at QATV.org. Real quick, want to thank all of our staff and crew that have come out here to make this game possible. On camera, we had Ryan McWade and Scott Daniels. Our engineer, audio, and on graphics he had 3 hands out there tonight, Martin, doing everything, was Chris Potter, and our director, Peter Doherty. And I want to thank you, Martin, for coming up here for these games, for the Quincy game last night and North Quincy here tonight, for being the second voice and adding a lot more intelligence than I can for some of these games. So I want to appreciate you, and thanks for coming up.
Thanks for having me, John.
All right, again, final score here, North Quincy 44, Somerville 0. For the staff and crew and volunteers of Quincy Access TV, my name is Jonathan Caleri. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of QATV Sports, and we'll see you next time.